me in the back there? All right? Yes? Thanks. So I would like to welcome you to the 10th graduating class of the YES program. Each year, it just grows stronger and stronger in the community. And each year we add more businesses and more successes and bigger smiles and greater exposure. And we're just so thrilled and so honored that the businesses in the Hudson area support this program and that our parents and guardians are so very supportive and that our students rise to the occasion each year. So I am really honored to be the person who, I've been with the program the entire 10 years, which is just crazy to me. Thank you. I wanted to wait for all of our students to be here, but that's not fair because the rest of you arrived on time. So I am going to proceed with our graduation service. And what I'd like to do is, this is the 10th year, so I had asked the gentleman who actually started the program with, I tell this story every year, I hope that people who've been here are not tired of this story, but it was Maria Suttmeyer, Kathy Clark, Frank Mulhern, and I, in the back room of the library in the intermediate school, that was the middle school at that point, and what we were talking about was how can we provide something to our students that will help prepare them for the work world. And we were thinking, it was as we were preparing to apply for a grant to support our homeless students. And we wanted to do something that set us apart as a school district from the other school districts that were applying for this same grant. And we really are different, and we're different in a very good way. And I'm thrilled to be a part of the Hudson City School District because I watch us grow each year. And I watched that thought grow from that table into this program that it is today. And what we thought was, what's missing? We're teaching our students math, we're teaching them English, we're teaching them science, we're giving them the academics that they need. But what's missing? And what we had been hearing from businesses and from parents and from community leaders, what's missing is that children are not learning the basics that many of us maybe just took for granted. How do you introduce yourself to someone? How do you open a bank account? How would you cash a check without having to pay a check cashing service? Why would you pay money to get your own money? How do you fill out an application? How do you dress to go for an interview? How do you, God forbid, if you have to call in sick, what's the right thing to do? Or if you're going to be a little late because you got a flat tire, what do? Do you run away from that? Or do you meet the challenge with maturity, call your employer and say, I did my best to get there on time, this is what happened, I will be there as soon as I can, please accept my apologies. How do you get someone to fill in for you if you're going to miss your shift? If you need to miss your shift and you know ahead of time, does your employer allow for you to contact someone to fill in for you? So all those kinds of things that we maybe took for granted, our children in these couple of generations, it's not coming to them in the way that it came to us. Maybe it was osmosis, I don't know. But what we learned sitting at that table, problem solving, was we're going to develop a program like that. And we did. And the first year, I think we had 20-something graduates. And the numbers have changed each year. Some years it's 13, some years it's 37, some years it's 14. It changes every year. And this year we have 16 graduates as of today, I think. It was up to the wire. We've had a couple of shifts and changes, and the students are eligible to take the program again if they take the program once or twice and they have not succeeded, meaning they haven't finished all aspects of the program, they are allowed to take the YES program again, because this is about teaching, it's about learning. It's not, well, you're out, you're fired. We're not, that's not what the YES program is. The YES program is yes. How are we going to succeed? How are we going to make this program a success for you? How are you going to become the best that you can be? So that's why we offer it, that a student can keep taking the program until they are successful at it. Unfortunately, if you are successful at it, you can't take the program again. But I do have students come back to the classes even after they have graduated. They will come back and attend classes or speak at classes or mentor another student who is going through the program that year, maybe after they've succeeded. So what I would like to do, which is what I started off this whole big long sentence with, was a paragraph, what I would like to do is ask one of the people who was at that table that day, and he has agreed graciously to come back up to Hudson and see us again. He used to be our Director of Student Services back when this program started, and came to us with so much experience with helping youth succeed in so many different areas, in employment, in residential opportunities, in special ed. His curriculum vitae, or whatever you might call it, is so lengthy and so extensive that I wouldn't even begin to pretend that I could give you all of the information. But I would ask if you would welcome Frank Mulhern, who's going to talk to us a little bit about what his vision was of the YES program. And he's kept up to date with me, because every year I call him and I say, I can't believe you got me into this. I'm working 70 hours a week trying to keep this program going. It's all your fault because I fell in love with it, you brat. So every year he knows what's going on. And I would like to ask Frank Mulhern if he would come speak to us a bit about the YES program.
Wow, this is unbelievable. Thank you for inviting me here, Tara, and thank you for allowing me to be at your celebration. One of the things, and I've done a lot of grants over the years and worked in grant programs, one of the worries about it is that they don't last. Well, 10 years later, Youth Employment Services is still going. That's a tribute, Hudson City School District, to Tara and the team, to the superintendent, and to all the businesses that contribute and are involved in this. I want to ask, is Sean here? Sean? Not here yet. Okay, so I'll mention him in a second. I just want to give a little background on how we got involved, and then be as brief as I can in the congratulations and thanks to you. But I was in this district working in the school district for only about a year and a half. And the reason I left is that my father was dying, and I wanted to be closer to him. So I took a job near the town that he lived in so I could spend more time with him in his last stages of life. And I remember one time when I was with him, he hugged me and he said, you know, the greatest gift that I have is that all of my children work. And he said it in another way. He came from the streets like, I don't have a bum among you. And my father and my mother were teenage parents. And my brothers, all five of us, my mother was 22 when she had 5 children. So we needed and understood the value of work as my parents worked and helped us grow and get through school and realize some of our dreams in life. So I've always kept that. So when the Youth Employment Service Project was invented, it was really fulfilling something that I felt very personal to. And I am so committed and so amazed at those of you who are graduates here today that you have taken the time to learn what you need to learn in order to enter into, to understand, and to engage with work. We value ourselves in what we do. I meet people all over the place. Hey, how are you? Nice to meet you. What do you do? Work is an essential value-added item in our lives that we all need. And the fact that the YES program continues to provide training, to provide opportunities to engage, for young people to engage with businesses, to educate and attract businesses to be open to having kids. Now, I happen also to be traveling. I'm hoping Sean, who shows up, he's one of the first students that was in the program. I'll tell you a little bit about him, and then I want to mention a couple of other people. Well, I'm traveling here with the former superintendent of Hudson City Schools, Fern Ajewski, so she's standing in the back. And she really was the one supporting the grant to get it done while we were inventing and creating in that back room. And I thank her for that. And we don't see each other a whole lot, and it just happens she's in New York, and I was coming this way too. But I had to get some approvals from her. Tara and I would think up some things, and I said, where are we going to get jobs? What are we going to do? And we came up with some stuff, some traditional stuff. Well, we could have it at the supermarket, we could work at a clothing shop. Then we got a little creative, and that's how the tattoo shop came in, which is a wonderful place to work and a wonderful job. I'm glad that's still a part of it. But we also had a connection from one of our faculty who said, oh, I know someone who works at the Columbia County Airport. Now, in our first group, we had a kid who didn't attend school too much. And he was what they would call an at-risk youth. He was a wonderful kid, really wonderful kid. But he was kind of lost in the sauce a little bit. And I said, you know, why don't we try to find him a job at Columbia County Airport? Now, this kid was known throughout the district, but he came to our meetings, he studied, he practiced, he wrote a resume, he was into this. And we got him a job cleaning the airplanes at the Columbia County Airport. Now, I came back and I stopped in Dr. Ajewski's office. She said, how's the program going? And I said, well, we got this and we got that. And I've got this young man working at the Columbia County Airport. And she just looked at me. And she said, you know, I know you like to be creative, but if I see any airplanes flying a little erratically over Hudson, I'm coming for you. But anyway, it's true that kids don't all experience high school in the same way. And sometimes they need introductions to real life, and that's in work. And that could be coupled with a high school diploma on your way to job, career, college. And I think that's what YES offered. We also had my friend Sean, who's not yet here, but he texted me this morning. Sean was a kid for whom school and classroom work wasn't comfortable, but he could work with his hands. And we found a little small engine repair shop somewhere in Hudson. I don't even remember. I couldn't find it if I tried right now. And that young man worked there, loved it, and continued to work there a few years after. And I called him up the other day. I saw him coincidentally at his grandmother's funeral about 2 years ago. I happen to know parts of his mother's side of the family. And he was telling me how well he's doing and how much this program meant to him. So if he was 16, then he's 26 or 27 now. Again, it's a credit to what today is all about. Could I just see hands of those of you who are graduating today? Could I see those? Actually, could you stand up? Would you mind, please? Congratulations to you all for what you've accomplished. Congratulations to Tara, the Hudson City School District, to all the businesses listed here, to all the volunteers, all the people who donate money and time. I've been in a number of districts throughout the Hudson Valley working in schools. This is a gem right here that you can't really find anywhere else, and Hudson should be proud of that, and I'm proud to be here. Thank you very much, and congratulations to you.
Thank you, Frank, and thanks for offering the historical perspective on the program and for letting us know firsthand that this is different. You've been around to other districts and you see that what we're able to do here is really very different. And I've been at many workshops across the state because I attend the McKinney-Vento workshops, which McKinney-Vento is the federal legislation that supports the education of homeless students, students who are in temporary housing. And when I talk about our YES program, their mouths drop. Because it's not necessarily just about our school district. What it is about is our community. Because we might have all these grand ideas, but without the businesses, without their support, we wouldn't have places to put our students. And every business that has signed on with us over the past 10 years maintains their relationship with us. So that says something about their strength and their commitment to our youth. And I'd like to think that it says something about the youth that we are providing to them as their interns as well. Because what I will hear, I remember, I've told this story again, so please don't get upset with me if you've heard it several times, but I have received phone calls, and specifically I remember receiving a phone call from the ShopRite store manager who said to me, I had to call you and find out what this YES thing is, because I interviewed a young man for a position here, and he interviewed better than anyone that I have ever interviewed in my life. And I have interviewed people for management positions who've been working for 20 and 30 years, and he had answers ready, he was comfortable. When he wasn't comfortable, he asked for a moment to think about his answer. And when I asked him at the end of the interview, where did you learn this? He said, the YES program. And he said, what is a YES program? So that's what our students are learning. And that's what the businesses that we participate with are offering to our students as well. And I am so grateful to them, not only for their support of our students working there, but I hit a tough spot this year with the academic awards that we give to the students for completing their 36 hours. And you might get upset with me for calling him out on this, but I let Colin Stair know that I had fallen a little short financially with the monies I needed for the students. And Colin generously stepped up and offered to help me meet that bill. And I thank you so much for that, Colin. The YES program survives on grant funds and on donation of time. Every adult who is employed, every adult who participates in the program does not, there's no stipend. There's no, you know, like a coach might get a stipend for something. There is no stipend for running this program or for participating in this program. Every adult who does it because they believe in the kids and they believe in the program. This year, for the first time ever, we were able to get some support through AmeriCorps providing some paid hours for employees in the program, and I am very grateful for AmeriCorps support. And AmeriCorps also supported us with exposure in the community and to businesses. And so, but up until this point, it has been completely volunteer hours that are provided for this program. And as far as the financial awards that the students get, again, not coming from your tax dollars. Nope. It is coming from privately funded grants from the Galvin Foundation, the Abaticola Foundation, Bank of Greene County has helped us. And this year we had fallen a little bit short, as I said, so Stair Galleries was one of our benefactors this year. So I want to make sure that we quickly get to the most important part, which is congratulating our students and offering them their certificates of employment, and that certificate of employment, treasure it and photocopy it. Photocopy it several times, because every time that you fill out an application or that you present a resume to someone, I want you to attach that certificate of employability, because what that says is you're different from the 23 other people who have applied for this position, because what you are bringing to that employer is certification that you have undergone 54 hours of employment readiness training. You've received the 18 hours of classroom time and the 36 hours of the internship in the community. That's different. That is more than any experience that you might be able to tell an employer about. It's in addition to, it's not better than. But it's certainly to your advantage, and it sets you apart. So make sure that you photocopy it. If you need, I'll photocopy them for you. Keep a few of them, and every time you go in to apply for a job, please, please use that certificate to show them how special you are and how prepared you are for that position. So, what I'd like to do is invite the employers who are here to come up, and if you would be so kind as to present the student who worked there with their certificate, and each student will also receive a sweatshirt, and we have them marked with the students' names, and students begged for sweatshirts instead of t-shirts. So we were able to thank God for the provider that, that did this for us this year. We are so sad that we've always used 2 hot teas, but funding was a problem this year, and so we had to go with a different provider, and I still love you, Scotty and Lindell. And next year, I'm sure we'll be using your services again, but they were able to provide us with sweatshirts for our students, and so I'm going to get some help from Michaela, I think, and probably Donna, and maybe Kathy Dira might help me distributing the certificates to the employers so that they might give them to the students. So, if I could ask for someone from 2 Hot Teas to come up.
Howdy.
Hello. And David, where are you, David? David Ferguson worked there. So I'm just going to ask up each employer and then each student, and if we could give them their due applause and then go on to the next one, okay? And each employer will get a certificate and a beautifully decorated canvas bag so that you can advertise the YES program everywhere you go. And I don't know if Holly Tanner is here or someone from the Columbia County Clerk's Office. First year we've had them. Yay. Is there? No? Okay. And the student who was at the clerk's office is Valerie Stiles. Okay. And presenting on behalf of the clerk's office is Michaela DeBoer. Thank you. I wanted to read, we got a bragging email about Valerie from the clerk's office. Oh, where is it? I'll read them at the end, but I received wonderful emails about our students, and we do have them here for those who couldn't send a representative. How about the Humane Society? Is Brenda here? No. Okay. Who's going to pretend to be Brenda? How about you, Kathy? And if Seth Hoffman could come up, please. Thank you for making us proud. Congratulations. Then these people were fighting over who was going to get to come up in front. They were both so anxious to come up here from the dietary department from Columbia Memorial Hospital. Who do we have? We have both of them. We have Ricky Martin and Heather what? Matthew Baxter. And they are presenting to Shimron along. It's a very important note that Shimron was offered a permanent position. And then from WGXC, their representative for Lynn Sloniker is Ricky Martin, going to be presenting to Joel Bedard. So actually, Ricky is telling me that the radio station is up at the hospital doing a live broadcast, so they asked to make sure. Now, oh darn, where's the email about? A beautiful email about Joel, but apparently I have to read it because it actually made me tearful, but a lot of things make me tearful, but this was really special. Speaking for everyone at WGXC, we certainly hope Joel will continue as a volunteer in some capacity. He was a tremendous help and a joy to have around. During his time with the station, he transformed into an adept audio editor. He also did some database work for our current music reporting period, a time-consuming, and she told me it's a terribly boring, time-consuming administrative task. Joel did everything quickly, efficiently, and was quite self-sufficient. He is quite the Yes Ambassador. We love our Hudson and he has the most wonderful, soothing speaking voice. He is a perfect job. Do we have someone from Galvin Housing Resources here? No? Oh, darn. And our student from there is not there, Rebecca Allen, who, oh boy, did we get wonderful reports about her as well. Wanted to sincerely thank you for sending us Rebecca Allen. She is doing wonderfully. Oh, I thank her for her enthusiasm and her professionalism. You send some great young people our way, and we sincerely appreciate it. And I know that Hudson City Books is not here. This was our first year having Hudson City Books, Karen Montone, and that was thanks to, actually, Colin was a bit of an ambassador on a very cold Friday afternoon and took me around to businesses in the Hudson area, and we were able to get Hudson City Books on board, and they absolutely fell in love with, yes, things are going very well with Rihanna. She is always on time and follows instructions very conscientiously. She is a pleasure to work with. And Karen actually asked me if she was allowed to hire Rihanna in a permanent position. And so I said, yes. Then we have representatives from the after-school program. We had 2 students placed, so let's start with the John L. Edwards after-school program student. And who's presenting? Are you here, Kathy? Oh my God. So the elementary school student is, help me, you know that I'm old and I can't remember. Who was placed at the elementary? Maggie Burchett. And I heard wonderful reports about Maggot as well. After the very first day that he showed up, I actually received an email saying what a wonderful job he was doing. And our intermediate school student was Heaven Mackey. work with children, I want to work with children. And they fell in love with you at the intermediate school. You were comfortable with the kids right away. They could count on you. You were dependable. So congratulations. And one of our very highly coveted positions is Malinsky Photography, and Mike Malinsky is here to present to his student. And Mike actually has his student prepare the brochure that if you don't have one, please, I will make more copies because they are beautiful. And he had the student take pictures of each student that was graduated, and the student was Jeremy Anderson.
So I didn't send an email. It's not my personality. I just kind of jump into things. But Jeremy, by far, has the most motivation out of any student that I've seen in the YES program, and I've been doing it since I opened up my shop in 2009. And he had come to my studio unannounced, like, I'm part of the YES program and I'm here to be part of it. And I asked him, did anybody tell you to come yet? And he goes, no, I just wanted to be the first one here. And I said, well, you already got a leg up on the competition, so, and it worked out in his favor. He's one of the best students I've ever had. So Jeremy, thank you so much for all your help in the studio.
And I don't think that anyone is here from Nolitas to present. You are? Hi. Please. Oh, our students love working at Nolitas. So I hear Michael.
Not the
sorry.
owner. Yeah,
Not the owner.
Not
Okay.
the owner, no, not that.
All right.
Jahid, yes.
Shahid, are you here? From what I hear, Jahid did a fantastic job and has also been offered a permanent position, yes? And we have from Operation Unite, we have Bernadette and Angel here. I think Bernadette is going to present, yes? And Operation Unite has worked with us from the beginning, I believe. Yes? Yeah. And the student is, help me. Arif Beg. Are you here?
If I could just take a second and say something about Arif. Arif, originally, when he first came, like any other teen, whenever we were doing anything, he'd say, Miss B, when are we going to be done? Are we done? Are we done? And then I have to say, in just a short amount of time, he actually changed, and he would say, Miss B, is there anything else? So he really changed over a short amount of time. For me, personally, 36 hours at Operation Unite just isn't enough. Like, I feel like the YES program is very short, but I really enjoyed having him there, and he's a great kid. I asked him today what his plans were for the summer. So you're doing a good job, because he said, Miss B, getting a job.
Thank you so much. I don't know if I have anyone here from People's Charity. Is there anyone here from People's Charity? People's Charity has been through it's the thrift store that's right next to Price Chopper on Fairview, and they have been unbelievably generous to our student population ever since they opened there. They allow any student that I send there from the McKinney-Vento population, they allow them free clothing, and they have offered that from the beginning, that they will allow me to send a voucher with as many students, as many children as there are in the family, and they will even help clothe if the parent needs something for perhaps a job interview, or if there's been a catastrophe where they've lost all their clothing. So they have been such a great supporter to our students. And we did have 2 students placed there, but they went through management changes, so we were able to get 1 student through. And it was hard because he had to keep creating his own hours and his own time and his own. So thank you, Matt Miller, if you would come up. I would like to ask Colin from Stair Galleries, or Walter. I thought it was Colin, I'm sorry. If Walter would come up and present his certificate to Dania Coleman, and maybe he'd like to say something. Fantastic.
So, just like how I first started at Stair Galleries, for Mia's first day, what did we do? Here's the camera, here's the buttons, let's start taking photos, right? And then that's what we did, 36 hours of that. And, you know, I usually work alone in my office, and now I had a little buddy to hang out with me all the time, non-stop talking. Oh, what'd you do in school? Oh yeah, what did you learn today? What's your homework? What's going on? So, we'd love to have her around.
Sorry for putting you on the spot, Walter. Not really. But I know that you were so thrilled with Dania there, so I wanted her to hear it from you. Do we have someone here from the Red Dot, a brand new business again this year participating? No one? Oh my gosh! I wish that we had someone here because they were thrilled with Nusrat Praya, who was placed there. So please, Nusrat. Wait one sec. Just so I get my facts right. You were offered a permanent position as well. Yes? Then another business partner who actually has been partnered with us, I think, since they moved to Hudson and opened here. And that would be the Barlow Hotel. Ariel, we had a student placed there. Things didn't work out. But they still allowed the opportunity for the intern to be there. So I'd like for you to come up and get your certificate. Thank you. And over the years, I think you've offered permanent positions to at least.
Mason still does
Yes.
that. He works with me on Sundays, and he's awesome.
Yes, one of our students who was placed there 2 or 3 years ago still has their position there. And then we have, this again was a brand new position for us this year. We were looking for a position for someone who wanted to do something with social work. Or with social welfare opportunities, counseling, and that was a tough one to find. Not so tough though, actually, because we were really, really grateful. Promise Neighborhoods, Hudson Greater Promise Neighborhoods. You tell me the right thing when you get up here. Joni Hunt was generous and offered her work site for Lauren Gower to do her internship. So, Joni, if you come up. Where are you, Lauren?
Congratulations to all the graduates and especially to Lauren. We really enjoyed having Lauren at our site at 6 South 2nd Street. She jumped right in, was greeted every day by a bunch of kids running up to her. Sometimes a couple of questions around what grade she was in, what she was doing in school. But she jumped right in. She went gardening with the kids. She helped with homework, read books every day, and really developed a close bond with the kids. So I can see that she will be an amazing social worker. She has a lot of those skills already. And Lauren, kids made you a card. They all signed it.
Certificate for the Mental Health Association, I believe we did make one because, no, we didn't. Oh, we had a couple of glitches here and there. We are so grateful to the participation that MHA has offered to us this year. They have been the ones who have overseen the AmeriCorps participation that we've had in our program, and they have also been responsible for helping coordinate our homework help program, which is a program that we offer for the homeless students. And without them, this year would have been a little bit less sunshine. So I really appreciate everything that you have done. We do have your canvas bag for you that you'll have to fight over. I'm sorry, we have one. And we will give you the certificate at a later date.
Don't forget community schools.
Oh my gosh, right. And no, please, thank you. And the community schools partnership also through MHA. And we have taken advantage of all of the workers through community schools have helped so much with our interns. And I know Dania is very grateful to, boy, who? Nicole and Melanie and who else? Boy, you guys. That whole row. It's right. It's, as I said to Dania yesterday, she has a posse. And they are a very strong support network to her and to her whole family. I wanted to give an opportunity. Some students and some businesses had been prepared to talk maybe a couple of minutes, 2-3 minutes about their experience, and some parents actually had said they might want to, and mentors. I don't want to call on you because you may have changed your mind, but some of you had talked to me, and the people love to hear the firsthand experience. So is there anyone who's still willing to talk a little bit about their experience? I know that Shimron had thought, oh, did I just say his name out loud? Shimron, a couple minutes? 2 minutes? Did you want? Colin? Anybody? Come on, Shimron. Don't be scared. No? Oh. Because once you break the ice, then maybe sometimes. Tell us if it met your expectations.
Yeah.
Is this how you went on your job interview?
Yes, the program taught me a lot of things, like keeping eye contact, how to shake a person's hands correctly, and how to do an interview. And like, if there's questions you don't know how to answer, try to reword them and answer them correctly. Yeah, that's fun.
Were you surprised to be offered a position? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah.
He's not a quiet guy. This is a whole other side of him I've never seen.
With hard work, I guess you can keep your job.
Just in case someone else maybe does want the opportunity to say something, I'm just going to take a minute to also present a certificate and a canvas bag for advertising to a partnership that we have with, oh, I always get the names wrong, Shallow, Lucio, Bianchi, help me, who's here representing? Please, I'm so sorry. Would you?
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Very much.
Thank you.
And Colin, would you be willing to talk a little bit? Thank you. We had talked about this, I promise. I'm not putting him totally on the spot. Thank you.
So this was our second year in the program, and very fulfilling for us, and seeing people grow and learn and try something different. As Walter, I put completely in charge of this. Neil was interested in photography, and I was like, well, we have a photographer. Actually, we have two photographers. The other one was on vacation part of the time, so you can help out. You'll take some pictures, you'll learn some things, you'll learn how to edit photographs, and if you like it, let's see what happens. And I think she did a great job, and everybody was really very happy. This is a great program, and we drove around town for a day, trying to enlist lots of other businesses. We did get the Red Dot, we got the bookstore, and I would just encourage everybody to tell everybody and anybody about what a great program it is to get kids out in front and just learning about those life skills and meeting people, working with people, how to interact with people. This is not the easiest age to grow up in, so those skills just mean so much, I think, and are so important. Tara asked me to come talk to them and tell them a little about what I did. And I had Mrs. Meiselman, you all had Tara, and she made sure that I got through a troubled period in my life as a teenager. And then I graduated high school. She got me 3 different jobs. They were great jobs, so this experience, you'll find, is going to serve you for the rest of your life. So congratulations, and I'm just so glad to be here. Thanks.
So I did want to ask if I could just ask for all of the mentors who are present here. I'm going to announce everyone's name, whether they are here or not, and if you could all just come forward, and then we could give you your certificates and your bags, and maybe we could hold applause until I've announced everyone and you've all come forward. So for mentors, we have Liz Albino, Anna Barletta, Brian Capuano, Autumn Carr, Donna Coons, Julie Coriel, Bill Hallenbeck, Willette Jones, Michaela Gamula, April Prestipino, Sue Culver, Mark Renner, Kathleen Rahm, Sam Tassinari, Catherine Vera, and Kathy Williams. Thank you all so much. Kathy, sure, the first one, you're not up there.
Thank you.
Oh, and I actually forgot Tom McDonald and Tara Vitcher. April. Thank you, Villette. Michaela. Where's Donna? Thank you, Donna. Autumn. Thank you. Thank you. Miss Dina. Thank you. I don't know where your certificate is, Tom. I'm sorry. And there is a canvas bag for each of you. Before you sit down, I just wanted to recognize 2 things. One thing is, Michaela Gamula was brand new to the program this year. She was a recent graduated from Hudson High School. Could you grab those flowers for me, Autumn, on the bar over there? Brand new graduate, and came to work through AmeriCorps and then through the after-school program as well, supporting the YES program. She's incredible. She has taken this role on of making this program so successful that she has told me that next year she's gonna have so much knowledge about it that it's gonna be a piece of cake for me next year, because she's gonna be able to take care of everything. So you don't know what you got yourself into. Brand new to the district, been a social worker for years, and we've actually worked together in the past, but Donna Coons is a new social worker in our district, and she came to the program first time. You would think that you had been in this YES program forever. So I so appreciate everything that you were able to do this year, and I wanted you to know that. Thank you. And we all do, so thank you. Thank you. So we do have beverages and food downstairs. I would welcome if anyone wants to say anything, or if you just want to chat amongst yourselves. Down? Okay, thank you so much.